morning, Tottenham fans. Tottenham have been linked with Garnacho. I'll give you my thoughts on why I don't want that signing to happen. Also, Spurs are linked with a Brighton player, but we're not being told who it is. So it's a secret Brighton player. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on who I think that is. And if the Gibbs White saga drifts on a bit too much, then I'll give you my player that I would get instead of Morgan Gibbs White if that happens to fall through. Not that I want it to fall through, because Morgan Gibbs White would be my first choice. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I've hit past 2,000 now, on the road to 3,000. Much appreciated to everybody that contributes to the channel. I've enjoyed all of our chats in the comments. Hit that like button. Get this channel seen more to more Spurs fans. And it all appreciated. And thank you very much. So let's get into the video. Right. Let's first start off about Garnacho. Can't even get the words out of my mouth because this is something I do not want to happen. The reports I heard today were Tottenham are understood to be monitoring, keyword there, monitoring Alexander Garnacho's situation at Man United. Garnacho's capability to play across the forward line aligns with Spurs' vision for a dynamic and adaptable future. I disagree straight away. I don't think someone like Garnacho would be the right step forward. He could be a really good bargain at the end of the transfer window when Man United get desperate to get rid of him. He's got a very poor attitude, which doesn't align with Thomas Frank's no dickhead policy. He's a good player. He can play across the front three. He's just turned 21. He is Prem proven. He will have something to prove, but no thank you. I really don't want a player to come in who is, to me, seems very entitled, thinks he should just automatically get a place in the Man United side. And, you know, the way he's treated his bosses there, I don't want that at my club. And at the same time, we've got Sonny, we've got Tell, we've got Mikey Moore, we've got Odegaard. All of them can play on the left. Garnacho's favourite position is on the left. What's going to happen if Tell or Sonny gets ahead of him in the pecking order? Is he going to spit his dummy out? Is he going to start complaining? Probably will. He seems like that kind of person. So, no, I don't want Garnacho anywhere near this club. Let me know in the comments if you want him at this club. Yes, he's a good player, but sometimes having a good player that's a bad egg doesn't make your team better or your squad better. Now, who is this secret Brighton player? Spurs apparently are going in for a Brighton player. There's one that I really hope it is, but I'll tell you the other two and why it won't be them two. So, the first one is Mitoma. Now, if we didn't sign Tell, I would have said we were going in for Mitoma. But Mitoma predominantly plays on the left, and this is what the problem was with Garnacho as well. So we've got Tell, Sonny, Odegaard, Mikey Moore. We don't need to bring in another left-sided forward. And Mitoma is an absolutely brilliant player. He's very injury-prone as well, which we have to take into account. But I just don't think there's a need for Mitoma in our side now. If Tell fulfills his potential, then he's going to be absolutely brilliant anyway. Mitoma is a top player, but I don't think it's going to be him. Now, another player I thought it may have been would have been Minter, but predominantly plays on the right wing. Now, I would have said him, but we've just signed Kudus. And I think Kudus is going to be the right-hand player for us this season. Pedro Porro put up a post saying, my right winger. And Kudus was in the picture, so I'm guarantee he'd be playing on the right-hand side. So, and Kudus is a much better player than Minter, in my opinion. Well, he has got a higher ceiling and on his day is unplayable. So, I don't think it's Mitoma and I don't think it's Minter, which leaves us just with one player that I think that if we were going in for him, would be Belieber. Now, Belieber plays in the number 6 role, which we 100% need. But he's an outstanding player. I have watched him quite a few times, actually, and he's impressed me every single time. He is brilliant. He's an absolute monster in that midfield, and if Spurs could sign him, it would be unbelievable. Obviously, there was reports we're trying to get Adam Wharton, and Crystal Palace are asking for 90 to 100 million, which I'm not sure Spurs would pay for that. But can you imagine if they have that money, and Wharton's the number one choice, but Wharton doesn't want to come to Spurs, or Palace don't want to sell, and all of a sudden we've got Belieber, and we sign him for, let's say, 80 million, because Brighton ain't going to sell him for cheap, and we sign Belieber for 80 million. Can you imagine our midfield then of Morgan Gibbs White, Belieber, Maddison, Kulu, Bergvall? Amazing midfield. Belieber would just hold everything together, win all the balls back. Oh, it'd be such a great signing. I really hope that this secret player is Belieber. I wouldn't be able to believe it. That's a crap joke. I'll move on. So, if the Morgan Gibbs White deal doesn't go through, I really hope it does, and I actually think it will go through. So let's just play hypothetical here. I think the Morgan Gibbs White deal will go through. I think he will be a Tottenham player within the next couple of weeks. There's no way Nottingham Forest can prove that Spurs have actually done anything. If there's a leak, the only leak it can be leaked by is them themselves. So I just feel Tottenham are not stupid enough to find out that is a 60 million release clause and pay dead on 60 million to shoot themselves in the foot. They're not dumb enough to do that, especially Daniel Levy. So I don't believe that for a second either. I do think Morgan Gibbs White will get over the line, but hypothetically, if it didn't, then the best player we could bring in my opinion, and a lot of people don't agree with me with this, is Harvey Elliott from Liverpool. Honestly, this guy is a brilliant player. He's so good, and he can still get better and better. He's just turned 22 years old. He's homegrown. He's Prem proven. He's a top player. He's just won player of the tournament for the England under-21s. He's full of energy. Work rate is insane. He's great on the ball. He's technically gifted. He's just got everything you need. He's got a hell of a shot on him with his left foot as well. So this guy, and we could probably sign him for about, I'd say 40 or 50 million, which would be cheaper than Gibbs White as well. Gives us a little bit extra money to sign Belieber, and we'll be well away. Belieber, Harvey Elliott and Kulusevski in midfield, or Bergvall or Maddison or Bentancur. With our midfield all of a sudden it looks so good, with Kudos on the wing. Yeah, it's starting to come together. If we can start getting these players over the line, if we can sort this Morgan Gibbs White crap out, then hopefully we can move forward and start really, bolstering our side. So yeah, the secret player may be Belieber. We could get Harvey Elliott in. But the guy I definitely don't want is Garnacho. I need you to write in the comments yes or no to Garnacho. You don't have to write anything else, just write yes or no to Garnacho, and I'll add it all up and see where he ranks in the Spurs fan base, because I don't believe that many Spurs fans would want him. Prove me wrong if you do want that kind of signing, but I just don't think we need that kind of signing, to be honest. Belieber, 100%. If we got him, that would transform our midfield completely. Honestly, this guy is so good. I'm not even sure whether I would have him instead of Adam Wharton. It would be close. I think, them two are quite similar in players as well. They both like driving forward with the ball, both great at intercepting ball, both great in the tackle. So, if Adam Wharton does fall through and we can get a Belieber, the drop-off would hardly be anything, in my opinion. So, it can be exciting times, but it's also frustrating times, because us as Spurs fans didn't even get to enjoy the two top signings within 48 hours. I actually thought to myself, this is too good to be true, and then all of a sudden this happens. So yeah, it does sometimes affect you as a Spurs fan, because things always seem to go wrong for us. We are cursed at times, we really are. But if the Morgan Gibbs White deal can get over the line, honestly, that's improved our midfield straight away, especially our squad options massively. If a Belieber comes in as well, or an Adam Wharton, then wow, our midfield is all of a sudden transformed into a very, very strong midfield. Let me know in the comments what you think. Who would you choose out of Adam Wharton and Belieber? Would you take Garnacho? Thank you for watching. Come on, you Spurs.